So I installed an EC4P motor with a noisy Cricket controller and an 80 amp battery on a Mega Moto 80-105 mini bike frame. And the bike did run around 64 miles an hour and 3 seconds flat from 0 to 30. So the bike has a 15-inch tall street tire, and it was running a 53 rear sprocket and a 10 on the motor for a 5.3 to 1 ratio. So the bike is actually pretty quick and fast with that setup. But I was wondering if I swap out the 10-tooth sprocket on the motor for an 11-tooth, that would go from a 5.3 to 1 ratio to a 4.81 to 1 ratio. That's quite a bit of a jump for just one tooth difference on the motor sprocket. And I don't think the EC4P motor will have any problem pulling that much gear, more of a highway gear. That motor has all kinds of torque. So I'm gonna install this 11-tooth sprocket on the EC4P, and then I'll take the bike back out for a 0 to 30 and top speed, and we'll see if we can beat 3 seconds flat from 0 to 30 and around 64 miles an hour. Pull the sprocket off of here. Yeah, that charger's kind of noisy. The fan. But anyway, let me pull this off of here. And the gear looks like it has some kind of a Loctite on here, so it might be interesting trying to get that gear off. We'll see. So let me pull this chain off of here. What's cool about the tensioner, I really don't have to loosen the wheel to get the chain off. I can just derail the chain really easy with the tensioner on there. And it pops right off. Yeah, so I might have to use a puller on this thing or something to get this gear off of here. I think I can sort of Loctite off of here. It's loose enough, I think. Let's see here. Oh yeah, cool. So look at the difference between the two gears. You can definitely see the size difference. The 11 tooth and the 10 tooth. So it's definitely gonna make a difference. But we'll see how much of a difference. I mean, does it slow down from 0 to 30 and then gain more top speed? Or does it still retain its quickness from 0 to 30 and have more top speed? Because I know the other e-bike, the QS120, when I put a higher gear ratio on it, it actually gained quickness from 0 to 30. Throw this chain back on here. Super easy swap. Didn't even have to move the wheel at all, because there's enough chain. So that'll work. So let's go test this thing out. All right, we'll go see if it's any quicker from 0 to 30. I mean, it's got more of a highway gear now, so it might actually slow it down, but we'll see. Feels pretty quick. Oh, this thing pulls hard. This EC4P is surprising. It's got a lot of torque. So I have to beat 3 seconds flat from 0 to 30. Okay, 0 to 30. All right, let's see what we did. 2.73, so definitely, man, it's just as quick or quicker. It's actually quicker with the more of a highway gear. That's the same thing that happened with the QS120. I added more of a highway gear to that bike, and it was actually quicker. I guess with the highway gears, it works really well with that low end torque. Quicker than before, so let me see now if I can beat 64 miles an hour for top speed. Oh, you can tell this thing really likes this gear ratio, man. It flies. Seems like it's faster than before. So far we did 57.53. So the bike was a little bit quicker and a little bit faster. So with the 5.3 ratio, a 10 on the motor and a 53 on the rear sprocket, it did 3.0, 3 seconds flat, 0-30, and 64 miles an hour. And then I had the 11 tooth on the motor, 4.81 ratio, and it did 2.73, so it was a little bit quicker, a few tenths quicker, from 0-30 and 64.31, so pretty much the same top speed. So that's the same thing that happened when I added a taller gear ratio to the QS120 bike. It actually got quicker from 0-30 and maintained a similar top speed. So I guess it's all that instant torque. The motor can take advantage of a higher, taller gear ratio.